Before we jump into today's episode, I just want to give a huge thank you to Creeperama and for everybody who tunes into this show. You can use our code Barrens10 for 10% off at checkout, and their drops are not stopping. So make sure you guys stock up on all your favorite horror movie goodies over there, whether it be shirts, hats, or any other things that they're offering over on their website, because it's a lot. And their drops have been amazing lately. So thank you so much to Creeperama and to everybody who tunes into the show. Be sure to use Barrens10 in checkout. And we'll see you guys in the episode.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Tales from the Barrens. I'm Dustin.
I'm Anna.
I'm a walker of skin.
Dude, you are out here just wearing skin like it's yours.
Yeah, I'm the opposite of meat from Mortal Kombat.
Dude.
At the end of this episode, you should do a cut and then just like change your shirt and take that off and leave it lay it on the back of the chair. And we'll do a cut.
Oh man. Hey man, that's a good shout.
Hey, we'll try it. But we are here to talk about Tales number 36. And man, what a goddamn trip of watching these back to back to back I just had.
Me too.
Same.
I just watched them all three back to back. It was fun.
So I'm going to say this up front right now. We walked through these shorts.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, too. Well, one of them.
It's been a while. Do we? I forgot.
Mm-hmm. One of them we're actually going to run through because that's all they're doing is running.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
But we take these shorts and we rate them.
And you put them in the dirty laundry.
All dirty laundry. And we take them right over to
the scare scale.
What's the scare scale you're asking me? I'm glad everyone's asking me. It stands for story, creature, atmosphere, runtime, and effects. We grade these 0 out of 1 for each letter, and then it's going to be a 0 out of 5 for a grand total of the short.
Yes.
Yes.
See.
See.
Don't say si, say we.
Oh.
That's from Inspector Clouseau, that old cartoon show. It was like a sister show to the Pink Panther back in the 60s.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's what Inspector Clouseau used to always say to Judo, his partner. He'd always say, see, and he'd say, don't say see, say we.
Wow, Anna gave us a history lesson over here.
Yeah, they're all on YouTube. Go check them out.
And they both mean the same word.
I know. One's French, yeah, because it's it takes place in France. He's a French.
Oui.
So tonight's shorts, Dustin brought one called Skinwalker. Anna brought the ever so popular The Backrooms.
The first one.
The very first one.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you guys caught on to this. Dustin might have. But my short is from Tales number 1.
Yes, I was like,
I didn't.
I've fucking seen this one before.
Because I wanted to revisit it and give it the proper treatment that we give all these shorts now. And
nice.
I really wanted to shine light on some of these older ones. And so that's why I picked the one I picked, which was Catch Your Breath.
Yeah, dude, I was wondering. I was like, wait a second, where did I see this? Was it from Tales or was it from a short block that we saw at Salem one year? And then I went and I looked through the log. I was like, no, this guy over here deep diving. He went all the way back.
I deep dove into that little stanky bathtub.
Shoo.
Yeah. But yeah, so let's start kicking things off. And Dustin, would you mind starting with Skinwalker?
I would be more than happy to do that today, to set the tempo for this episode.
Yippee!
All right. So I'm just going to say right off the bat, I've been trying to find a good Skinwalker short for months, and it is so hard. And this one I came across, and it's just called Skinwalker. You can look it up, Skinwalker horror short, and it'll be linked below as well. And it's about 12 minutes. We'll get to that. But we start off with an overhead view of this beautiful forest. Like, I don't know if they must have shot it with a drone.
It had to be a drone shot, yeah.
Or maybe to use, some shorts take liberties and get like stock footage or something. But regardless,
they didn't have a helicopter.
No, it was beautiful though.
And I have a helicopter.
That's pretty.
I said, you have a helicopter.
Yeah, I'm rich.
That's how she gets back and forth to work every day.
Yeah, yeah. Isn't that crazy, guys?
Gas
Rambo
is cheaper,
style.
fun fact.
Exactly.
You wouldn't think it, but it is.
Yeah. But they set the tone for where Skinwalker kind of originated. It's more of a Native American thing.
Mhm.
That's gotten a lot bigger over the last, I want to say 10 years, especially with creepypastas and stuff like that.
Supernatural.
Yeah. But seeing that's okay, this is set in a forest because all the other ones I've came across were all set in like a neighborhood. And it's like that's cool and all, but I want to be in the nature of it, you know. So we get a drone shot and it's going through the forest a little bit. We get some title cards, and then we meet our first lad. I think his name is Jason, and he hears his friend call for him, and he's running. He's like holding on to his cowboy hat, and then he decides to not hold on to his cowboy hat, and it falls off. He continues running, so it's like, what the? All right, dude.
Marley goes at that point. She goes, "Rip his hat."
Yeah.
Oh,
That is so funny. It's like, why? What's the point? But regardless, he catches up to his friend Arthur, and next to him is this knocked out lady that we learn her name is Mary, and Arthur knocks out Jason, gets him around the fire. This short moves pretty quick too. Like you get from point A to point Z immediately. So they're knocked out, tied to trees. He's sitting around a fire, which I also loved how this was shot too. Like they were doing like the coming in and out of like consciousness a little bit and like playing with the scenery and a lot of smoke, which is really, really cool. And then Jason and Mary both wake up, and Arthur turns around and starts talking to Jason, being like, "I saw all the bodies. They were not what they were." And Jason's kind of like, "What the fuck you talking about? Um, like I haven't seen anybody. Like you're saying everybody is dead." And now he's trying to do like a little bit of interrogation. He pulls out his revolver, and points it at him. You know, he kind of says, "Well, if you're gonna point it at me, you know, mean it." He's like, "If you don't shut up, I'm gonna shoot you in the chest." And they're kind of talking, and then they both kind of agree, "Yeah, Jason, I know that wasn't you that did that, but her." So they go over to Mary, and she's awake. You know, her gag is like a lot bigger than Jason's. Jason's was able to shuffle it off him, but she couldn't. And
that's talent.
Did you do with that mouth, boy?
That's
Yeah, you're talking about, you know, tying cherry stems with your cherry stem knots with your tongue.
He can open a starburst without using his hands.
Dude, you could probably open up a fucking oyster.
I wouldn't even peel the wrapper.
That's
That's talent.
That's what I'm saying.
Whoa.
Make a little
Hell
fucking
yeah.
origami crane out of
A
it.
little bird.
Yeah. Damn, Jason. No wonder why you like this girl so much.
Sheesh.
So they're kind of talking. Mary is kind of shuffling and not wanting to get out. And then Jason is trying to say it's not her. And he was like, well, the reason why Arthur was saying, the reason why I had her tag along with me is because these things, we don't hunt them, they hunt us. So I wanted her with me so that way you could kind of decipher if it is a skinwalker or if it's really just her. So what happens is that he eventually just shoots her, and Jason, also very spry and witty, he unties his hands from around the tree and his feet. Which why didn't he do this like 2 minutes earlier? I don't know. So he gets
Adrenaline.
loose. He tackles Arthur, and then they're both, you know, kind of going at it. And then they look over and they go, "Where's Mary?" She's no longer tied. You see the blood stain in her red dress that she was wearing, and her rope is there. And they're like, "I don't know." Then we start hearing, you know, like that the talk, you know, the crazy, I don't know what the fuck you're saying talk the skinwalkers do. And they're looking over on this edge, which just I really like this shot too. Is that they slowly try to introduce her, and you start to see her, but she's like way out in the distance. She's wearing like a white dress. I love this shot. And then they're like, "Who is that?" And then Mary comes, and then Jason runs away, and Arthur is shooting all the 5 shots he's got left in his revolver, misses all of them, or
He
presumably she
shot her
just
six
absorbs it.
times.
Yeah, Loomis is fucking.
You see fucking Myers and his dong out in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, with his jumpsuit around his ankles, he's shuffling
He
by.
can't. I can't run too fast.
No, no. Oh my god, that would be really funny. I want to see that crossover. But we hear in the distance that Mary is killing Arthur. We don't really see it. We kind of see like an aftermath a little bit, with like some blood and arms and shit all over the place. And then Jason runs and he kind of hides. And then Mary approaches and she's talking to him in Mary's voice. First, I think it was Arthur's before, and then Mary's. And then he like looks up and she looks kind of okay. And then we get that face turn, black eyes, and then boom, you're dead. So, yeah, with that being said, let's go over to the Skinwalker scare scale. All right. Like I said, I've been looking for a Skinwalker story that was really different than all the other. I mean, this is obviously low budget. It's indie, right? But a lot of the other ones I feel like we're not that great, or really trying to at least try to do some of the original story of a Skinwalker, like where they originated, how they do things, blah blah blah. Still, the story isn't like super duper strong, but it's enough for me to want to bring it to the show. I'm gonna give it a 0.75. It could have been more there. Maybe less of this like dialogue thing and more of them like kind of running, I think would probably be a little bit more, and maybe more shape shifting, but we'll get to that. Creature, I thought that they did a pretty good job of sort of describing like what a Skinwalker is, and we seeing like what happens. I would have loved, like I said, maybe a little bit more of a transformation. So with that, I'm also going to give it a 0.75. There was a lot more there that I wanted. Atmosphere, I thought they nailed it. I really think that being in the woods, them showing us this overhead shot, being by a campfire, which I always love. You're knowing that you're here doing this one thing. Also seeing some aftermath of the massacres that happened. Like limbs everywhere and blood. I really like that. So I'm gonna give the atmosphere a 1. It really brought me into where they are. Runtime, I think. So this is where I don't know which way I want to go, because I felt like they could have used more time to do more and flesh it out a little bit, but also I feel like they could have trimmed a little here and there to make it more snappy. So with me being on the fence, I'm going to give that a 0.5. I think at the long run, I would want it to be maybe a little bit more. So we could get some more transformation scenes, could get a little bit of chasing, or a little bit more flushed out instead of just being jumped right into the main guy, Jason. I feel like a little bit more build up or something there would have been nice. And then for the effects, it wasn't like too much there. There was enough for me to be like, all right, you guys are putting in some effort there. There was some cool like camera wobbling, the in and out of being like conscious and not. The blood and the limbs, some of the makeup on Mary at the end I thought was pretty cool. The transformation on the face was pretty flawless. I didn't really see any kind of weird artifacting there of them maybe putting on like a filter. But I'm also going to give that a 0.75. And that's going to leave me with a 3.75.
Nice.
Nice. Anna,
Yeah.
let's go to you.
This one was fun. I thought, you could tell it was super low budget and they made the best of what they had. This is probably somebody's property that they were allowed to film on,
Sure.
And just go nuts kind of thing. So, and kind of like what you said, even though we don't get a whole lot of details, I think the story's enough to keep me intrigued. And and invested in what's going on. So I gave the story a 1.
Oh, nice.
The creature, and plus just like skinwalkers, cryptids, stuff
Creepy as
like
fuck.
that. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be interested in that to some degree or another. Um, Creature, I gave a 0.5 to just because there wasn't a whole lot of effects on her. Just like you said, there wasn't a filter, I didn't think. But then also going back to the fact that it's low budget. So, I am forgiving of that. That's what I told Marley. Like it was a nice little jump scare. Black contacts you can buy, a cut, make her look different. That this is something any of us could make. And I don't say that like with shade or anything. But at the same time, you can tell it's low budget. So I just went in the middle and gave it a 0.5. Just like you said, they nailed the atmosphere. I gave it a 1. Runtime, I did give a 1 too, just because I
Okay.
feel like, yeah, it's 12 minutes, but like we do get a long intro. We do get that drone shot. It kind of sets up the atmosphere and where we're going to be and how big it is, how easy it could be to get lost. And then at the end, we get some extended credits too. So I'd say the short's maybe really only like 10.
Sure.
So I threw it a bone and gave the runtime a 1. And then
All right.
kind of leaning back into what I said with the creature, also not a whole lot of effects. I mean, we do get some nice like Pennywise stew of like body parts going on and like blood.
That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, it's like he's done with the food or the body parts and he threw it in a pile, But still, I gave it a 0.5 too because I felt like overall the short for me was a 4. Like I liked
Nice.
it. Marley liked it. It was kind of other than the language, like they were kind of heavy on the language a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
I was
Yeah.
like, really, dude? Like, okay, I get your point. Settle down.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
everything else was great, like gateway horror, I would say.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a 4.
Yeah.
Good job, D.
Hell yeah, thank you.
Nice.
Duh.
So, like Anna, I am absolutely on board with cryptids. I want to hear about the monsters that we don't know about, and skinwalkers are one of them because, like, the lore for skinwalkers just goes really deep, and
Yeah.
and it's just I love monsters. So as for the story, I gave it a 0.75 because the story, I like the scenario. Like, this guy is in love with this girl but doesn't know that she's a monster, but his best friend does, and he's trying to do his fucking best to protect his friends, and
Yeah.
I really like that. So it's a 0.75. My creature, I do wish we got to see more of her as a monster and not just
Yeah.
her in the white gown. Like, I know it's low budget indie and they could have covered her up. They could have covered her up enough to where she like looked a little bit more animalistic,
Mhm.
which I really dug. But I gave the creature a 0.5. Atmosphere, I love it. Out in the middle of the woods, we get, like you guys both said, we get that big drone shot to kind of set the mood of where we're gonna be and what to expect. So that gets a 1. The runtime, I wish this were like a 9-minute short.
Okay.
Chop it down just a little bit. It doesn't need to be any much longer because there's no point in that. Just get to the point quicker because they could have. Like there were a couple things where they could have cut out a couple dialogues and it'd have been fine. The effects.
Wait, what'd you rate that? The
Oh,
runtime?
that runtime's a 0.5.
Okay.
Effects. At the end of this short, how we get that frame where it cuts her into with the black contacts. If they had drenched her in blood,
Oh
that'd have been
yeah.
a completely different. It would have been a. It would have had a different effect on me than
Sure.
just her cutting over to black eyes because she did just tear his friend apart. But then there was no blood on her. I wish that were the case. I wish she was like carried, like just
Yeah, yeah.
drenched in blood, and that'd have been enough for me to be like, okay, she is this fucking monster that they're talking about. But I'm giving the effects a 0.25,
Okay.
which gives me a grand total of a 3
Okay.
for the short.
All right. All right.
And Dustin, what did you have? A 3.75.
7.5.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was all in all, it was a cool short, dude. Like you said, it's just tough to try and find an actual Skinwalker story that isn't like
Gives us a 3.6.
Oh, nice. Wow.
nice. Nice.
There's been a lot of like I listen to people tell stories of skinwalkers or like people reading like creepy pastas about skinwalkers. I'm like, that stuff sounds great. But when you do it to film, it for some reason it just doesn't
Nobody's nailed it.
transfer all that well.
And the best, I mean, I brought it up earlier, and the best interpretation I've seen of them is supernatural because
Oh yeah.
granted,
Yeah.
we don't know what a skinwalker looks like outside of it changing skin.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like that. I wish there was like goop of something, like her old skin there, and her
That'd
now.
been cool.
If it was his friend that was on top of him instead of her at that point, all right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
That would have been a
Eh,
good change up. Actually, have it be the guy instead of
Yeah, so
her.
she's taking over the thing that she killed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like her old skin, which is her, it could have been just been a goop with a blonde wig.
And a white dress. Yeah.
Yeah, right over there. Yeah,
But back to just saying, creepypasta. Even Marley knew when I told her it was called Skinwalkers. She goes, Skinwalkers. Even she knew
Yeah, Logan does
at
too.
least
And
of it.
every time I bring up Skinwalker, he just goes, "Nope."
Yeah.
Nope.
no, thank you.
Nope. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Anna, if you wouldn't mind, could I go next?
Yeah, I figured so. We'd go in order.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm gonna have a lot to say about yours.
Oh dear.
No,
I
no,
have a
I
lot to
just
say too, but not.
in depth of other stuff. Like, there's gonna be more to talk about. I
Oh,
feel.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So, like I stated earlier, like my short came all the way from Tales #1. Uno.
Back before I joined the squad.
Yeah.
Back when we didn't know what we wanted to do with this show. And like that night we recorded is the night I came up with the scare scale. So I was like,
Yeah.
we didn't understand. And now that we kind of have like a big grasp on it or a better grasp and give the short films the attention and love that they need, I feel like it's time to come back to this one because this one has been on my mind since we did it.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. And so our short opens up with the spookiest of fucking houses. And you got two brothers going in there. One named Andrew, one named Mike. And they are just the older brother. I think the older brother is Mike. Just doing older brother shit to this little boy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He goes, "Hey, so there's this scary story about this lady in the water, but it only works if you go by yourself." And little brother's like, "What the fuck do you mean, me go by myself?" And he goes, "Yeah, people will think you're really cool if you do this." And the brother's like, "No." And he goes, "Well, here is some candles." And he goes, Mom doesn't let me play with fire."
Oh
That
yeah,
was
that comment was
cute,
so
yeah.
funny.
And he's like, "Seriously, dude? Like,
like, shut up.
really? Yeah, come on, shut it." Like that. But there is a rhyme that he has to recite. And he goes, and Andrew, our little boy's like, "You mean like Bloody Mary?" And Mike's like, "No.
Everybody knows
I
that's
like-
not real.
Yeah, that's not real, you idiot. You dumb kid. Here is the real poem. Lady beneath, you drowned in this water. Lady beneath, you strangled your daughter. Lady beneath, whose blood runs cold. I'll give you life with breath I can hold." And it cuts over to Andrew, and he's just fucking trembling. Dude, this
Yeah.
poor kid is just scared out of his mind, man. And his older brother goes, "What's that girl's name that you like? Is it Katie? Dude, just imagine how cool she'll think you are if she found out you did this."
Oh yeah, man.
Sure as shit, he fucking opens his backpack, takes his candles, goes upstairs into this creepy fucking house, man. Goes up there, fills up this nasty ass bathtub with some clean water. Like, I need to know how long that house has been sitting and why is there still water there?
It's magic, man.
Maybe
Magic
somebody
Voodoo?
still owns the house.
It's an Airbnb.
Oh God.
There
Matt
you go.
Rife owns it.
That motherfucker, dude. It's a Zach Baggins house.
Oh,
So he goes up there, lights his candles, and recites the poem. Blows his one candle out because that's the end of the ritual. And it looks at him. The camera points to him, and he's looking down at that other candle, and he's like watching it. And then you hear like a, and he just starts sweating bullets. And it goes away, and he goes, "See, I told you that shit was fake." And it goes out. And he's like, "Fuck." Not only does the candle go out, the lantern he had that was electric went out too.
mm.
And he's like, "Fuck." And he's scrambling around, and he gets the lighter, and he starts lighting it. And he, like, by like the third strike, he like holds it up, and you hear like this, something blew it out. And then you hear something like, like the sound of you getting out of a bath. Like it's
Yeah.
a very obvious
The
sound.
swashing.
He's hearing that shit, and it's pitch black. I don't know about you guys, but I'd be glad I wasn't wearing my white pants that night.
Chat.
What is it? Do y'all smell something?
I just shat myself.
I just
I'm
shit
making
myself.
brownies.
And then he strikes that shit, and the woman is in his face, dude. And I love it. I love this effect because he falls back, and he's looking at the open door, and she comes walking out, and it's like she has been drowned in water because her hair is like flowing up like this.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there panicking, and she's getting closer. Then he stops breathing, then she freezes. And that's when he kind of realizes, what he needs to do. He has to hold his breath for 1 whole minute, which is tough now, too. I don't blame him. I couldn't do that shit.
Mm-mm.
And it goes on, and they go back and forth. Then he gets up. He's like I said, he's understanding, he's collecting himself, holding his breath, slips on the stairs, and eats shit. Bottom of the stairs, this woman she's coming closer, and he's sitting there foggy eyed and can't focus because he probably has a concussion because he fell down this flight of stairs, and he's screaming for his brother, and the brother comes, and then the woman gets over top of his face. You see the veins on this kid's face like protrude, and his eyes roll back, and then it cuts over to him in the bathroom still, and his brother comes busting in the door trying to, "Hey, are you okay? You okay?" And then you hear the woman start like deep breathing again, and the door slams. They're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Cheering.
Being cheering.
Being cheering. But we're going to head right over to the scare scale. I love urban legends. I love boogeymen. I love scary stories that are told.
To tell in the dark.
To tell in the dark. And this one does all of that. We get the lore of this woman within the poem and the older brother kind of like coaxing his younger brother into doing this stuff. So my story is a 1. Creature. This lady looks phenomenal. I love how she looks like a prune because she's been underwater. Her hair is, waving in the air. Creature's a 1. Atmosphere. It's a haunted house. It's dark. It's lit by a lantern and a lighter. It's awesome. Gets a 1. Runtime. It's around 12 minutes as well.
I believe so, yeah.
It's a better usage of 12 minutes than another short we just talked about. 1. And the effects. Everything from the lighting to the hazy eyes to the way this creature looks. The sound design. The eeriness of the house. That gets a 1. This is a 5.
Banger.
Dude, I'm glad I kept this one on my mind. Out of the over 100 shorts we've talked about.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, dude.
This is one that stuck with me.
It was good.
So it's a 5 for me. Dustin, what did you think of Catch Your Breath?
It's a 5.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know what I rated it back then. It probably was
I
the
don't
same.
remember.
I'll
But
clip it.
yeah, that's a 5, man. Like, especially like being like, oh, I've seen this before, and still being like really engaged with it. I was like, yeah, this is a 5er. Hell yeah,
Hell yeah, dude.
loved everything about it. I would want to see more from this crew. I don't know if they made anything else, but I want to see more.
Yeah, he has like 6 or 7 shorts.
This is Matt Sears, right?
Matt Sears, yeah.
That name sounded familiar. I feel like I've either we've covered another one of his somewhere down the line, or I've watched one and maybe not picked it, or
I think we just covered one from him. Let me double check that. I was actually looking at that earlier and I didn't see anything, but I'm gonna look again right now. While
Okay.
Anna, you tell us what you think about Catch Your Breath.
I'll just follow suit. It's a 5.
Fuck yeah,
Let's go.
dude.
And Marley liked it too. I told them before we started that she watched all these with me. And anytime kids are on the screen, anyways, she's gonna be more invested in the story. And then there was a funny part. See, once she blew that second candle out, and he was just freaking out. He was panicking and he was going, I kept saying, hold your breath.
I know.
That's like what the brother said. And then, like, once everything starts going down and he'll hold it for a little bit and then he has to breathe. That was really cool. I love to see him like catch his breath and her get a little closer. And then once he starts holding it again, she stops and just like her hair is still blowing. That was a really cool effect. Then I was like, my gosh, like he needs to just calm down, calm yourself and try to breathe. I was like, why can't he just hold his breath? And Marley goes, maybe he has asthma. And I was like, that's a good point, because
Oh.
she kind of
Let's go,
does
Marley.
too. And like at the end, once he falls down the steps too, you can hear him kind of wheezing in his breath. And I was
thought
like,
he just got the wind knocked out of him, but
Yeah,
that's
me too.
that's good perspective.
yeah, that's very well possible as well. But I was like, oh, maybe he does have asthma, because I feel like 1 minute's not long. I think if we put our mind to it, all of us could hold our breath for a minute and be okay, But also he's a kid. But I don't know, man. I was just like, it's just like you see shit happening and you're like, hold your breath. It was one of those moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was really fun. I enjoyed it.
Oh, I guess I don't see anything here recently of us covering something from him. But so I guess it was just one we were looking into. I don't remember.
Oh, maybe.
That name sounded familiar though.
It Stares Back, Catch Your Breath, Tabitha, The Sky.
It Stares Back.
It Stares Back. We did that one.
That was mine, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
was
when you
the like the Lovecraftian one, right? With the eyeball.
I don't remember.
A long time ago. That might be why I'm thinking of his name. I think I may have picked that.
Because I didn't get. Did I get that far?
Yes, with the eyeball, the cosmic horror. The woman.
Oh,
at
with
the woman
on the
Okay.
in the woods. Okay, yes. Okay, yeah. So
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I made the point of us talking about him then too.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
That's why it sounds familiar. It's coming back to me now. All right.
We'll
So we have
find
seen
that-
other stuff of him.
We'll find that clip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So that's a straight up 5 from all of us.
Let's go.
Gives us a Anna. What's the math for that for a grand total? You see all the numbers flying by our head.
That's a 5.
Oh, okay.
All right. Cool.
Carry the 3 with a move the decimal over 2 places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Times it by 5.
5. Perfect. Well, all right, Anna. Let's head to the back rooms.
Let's do it. The movie comes out at the end of this month, here in about 3 weeks. Nobody asked you, duh.
We know
Just
why too, and that's
Just kidding.
okay.
But this is the very first short film in the Backrooms series. There's 22 videos. They're all on YouTube under Kane Pixels. He's the writer director of them, and he's also written and directed the film as well.
Yeah.
And they're all in order on YouTube in the way they were released. However, that's not chronological order. This is very much like lore heavy, figure out the mystery, piece stuff together. that kind of thing, which is, I love that stuff. So this one is called Found Footage Number 1. And it starts off with these kids in the 90s, like in an alley with a video camera making a movie. They got their little clapper. And then the guy kind of trips. The guy with the camera trips backwards, glitches out, and falls into the back rooms, essentially. But it's just tons and tons of open space and doorways you can walk through. You can hear the fluorescent lights buzzing. It's all like a really bland yellow, like kind of monotone feel everywhere. And this whole short is this guy walking around trying to figure out where he's at and what the fuck's going on. This is very much atmospheric. There's some action in it because he, at one point while he's walking around, he hears something and he turns around and we see something that was just watching him from around the corner, like way down that way. But he kind of shakes it off and keeps walking. He sees a ladder up against a wall with a hole in it, a square. And so he climbs up and crawls through down into another room. He sees like I think like a stage set up, if you go to a theater or a school play or something, the way they build the steps with the handrail, it kind of looked like that.
Yeah.
And he goes up that and kind of hides at one point, and then the lights are flickering off and on. But then he starts getting chased by this thing, this monster, who my best way to describe it is like office equipment kind of put together.
Sure, there you go. Yeah.
And it's a creature now. So it's really gangly. It's kind of like giraffe-y in a way. It's the way it's shaped with long arms, and it's weird looking.
I always think of Mikey's like art for his, like, whenever we have him on, but it's like this.
Oh yeah.
Yes, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Good point. So in the midst of him running, he sees a hole in the floor and sees it's not too far down. He can survive it. He doesn't have a choice. He drops down. Can't say I blame him. But he lands and he's in like another level of the back rooms pretty much. This one's a little bit more modern. It's got hardwood floors, white walls. It's a little fancier. Well, then we see him walk over to a window, and it kind of looks like the courtyard of like one of those hotels that has like stuff in the middle, but all your rooms like are around it. You walk out. That's kind of what it reminded me of. But then he keeps walking to the end of this hallway, and he kind of gets like to the end of it. It's almost like these two structures have been pulled apart. And so he kind of looks out. I mean, I counted at least 5 floors, like down and up too. And he's just like, what the fuck? Like he's talking to himself. He's just shocked, and he doesn't understand where he's at, how this happened. He was just in an alleyway. Now he's in this place. What happened? Well, then eventually the monster does end up catching back up to him, because he's just kind of walking around and he thinks he's found a fire exit. But then when he opens the door, he's back in the yellow, or where he started, the yellow level. And he's like, you got to be kidding me. So then he stays on that level, but the monster's still there. And so he's hiding in like a dark kind of corner where the lights are off, and we see this thing kind of like walking around real quiet like. And so he shuffles and goes back down this hallway, and then we see the end of the hall, but there's no floor, all the way up against the wall. So he's kind of like looking down, I guess trying to gauge again if this is a jump he could make and survive. But then he hears a noise, turns around, and the monster's there. Knocks his ass back. He falls all the way.
Scream.
Yeah, he falls all the way down. And then the camera cuts, and it's like we're falling from a fucking airplane. The camera is falling out of the sky. The camera lands on the ground and it's still recording. And that's it. The short ends.
And that's it.
That's it. Yeah. That's the first taste of the back rooms. So we shall head on over to the scare scale. And the story's a 1 because this is everything. This is all kind of stuff I love, especially on YouTube. And with like continuing a story, giving breadcrumbs to your audience, I eat that shit up. I love it. The creature I'm going to give a 1 to because it's unique. It's different. I mean, this kid, I think he released these like 4 years ago, and I think he's just now in his early 20s. So what? He was like 17, 18, you know, something like that, making these short films. And for A24 to even, I don't know, care enough or have enough confidence in him to not only like write and direct the movie from a studio like A24. So yeah, the creature I do give a 1 to because, and then also low budget, like he didn't have any money. This is just stuff he probably did throw together some office furniture and weld it together and make it work. Atmosphere, a 1. I don't want to be in that place alone with no idea how I got there or how to get out. The runtime's a 1. I think all of these were kind of like in the same length of time. This one I think is like 12 minutes or so, but this one like fully uses the full 12 minutes. But I don't care. I liked it. It's a 1. And effects are a 1. This is a 5.
Oh, hell yeah.
I loved it. I think, and I'm going to give it, I'm going to give it a 5 also because of the fact that it's the first one in like the series. Even though it's not the first one in chronological order, it was the first one released. And it was the first one that got the internet and people buzzing about what is the Backrooms? Like, what is this place? And enough for him to kind of continue the story and piece things together. I love it. So, yeah. We're going to start with little D. What did you think of it?
All right. First, I need to blow your mind. Can I blow your mind right now?
Yeah.
All right. So you want to know how he made this?
How?
Do you know any of the background of like how this came together? Or
okay, yeah, the picture on like Creepypasta or Reddit of like somebody being like, "What would happen?" This is
so he took that, but do you know how he made this footage?
Mm-mm.
It's all 3D. Nothing is real.
That's why I thought the creature was like stop motion.
Yeah, it's all made in something called Blender. It's all
Blender.
3D.
I've heard of that.
All of his projects are made in Blender. It just looks super fucking real.
Yeah. The texture of the yellow stuff, like how vibrant, and it looks slightly off. That's why.
And with the VHS filter over it too, like really adds to it.
That helps. That definitely helps. Yeah.
Well, damn, it definitely deserves the 5 now. Because
I mean,
just from an editing standpoint, like, dude, I've downloaded Blender and I've opened that program and I have no idea where to start.
And you've done swipe right so many times.
I know, so many.
So it's a 5 for me. But even
Anna
before
said none of them are Italian.
Even before he did this one, if you go on his YouTube, he was doing like an Attack on Titan thing. That's all made in Blender.
And
all his other things.
Yeah, he had another thing he kind of started.
It was like the Old View, I think is what it's like, about like an old mall and stuff. That's really cool too. Yeah. But I was actually listening to an interview before we were doing this because he's never really done like a lot of like in-person interviews. And just hearing
he looks still kind of nervous and like you know, like I guess star shock, you know, all this attention's on him and
and for him to be 16 at the time that this came out, which is insane, and to learn that he did all this in like, you know, 3D models and made it like really feel really real. And when this came out, I watched all of them and every single one of them I love. I mean, there's some that are obviously better than others, but I'm right there with you. This is a 5 out of 5. Like he really tried to work with whatever lore there was, but he also kind of created like his own lore because there's a wiki for the Backrooms before he started doing his stuff. And he was even talking about how like the community was getting mad at him at one point because he wasn't doing it right. He's like, well, everybody can do like their own little thing. This isn't like an official thing, you know, but now.
His spin on it, this might be slightly spoilery. If you don't want to hear it, tune away. It feels kind of severance-y at a certain point.
yeah.
Like in all the videos I've been watching, like with everything going on behind the scenes and the why of all of this feels very severance-y, which is really cool.
Yeah. But Big Dub, let's go over to you. We'll get your score and then we can talk some more.
All right. So I wasn't as kind
I figured
as you two were. No, but I wasn't mean to it, you know, like with this being the first one and say people who don't know. I'm only, again, my score right now is only on this 9-minute short, right? That's what I'm basing it on. There is no story to this other than he falls down and he wakes up. Now, when you watch later, you start learning more things. But as if I were to watch this short, fresh take, know nothing about the back rooms, I wouldn't know what the fuck's going on at all.
Fair enough.
So my score is a 0.
Okay.
All right. Anna.
I'm sorry. There is
you just said there's a story there as it goes along.
Later in the other shorts, like you're building the story,
Okay.
not in this one.
All right.
Creature 1. I love this monster. He looks fucking awesome. He's original. Very original. Atmosphere. I do love how eerie this yellow room is. I like the white room a lot more. I like, because, you know, it's like, it's almost like you hear your footsteps and you're still trying to run from this fucking behemoth chasing you. It's still trying to be quiet. You know, I really like that. So like I said, the sound design in this is really good. But it's atmosphere is a 1. Runtime, perfect. Beautiful. In and out. Love it. 1. And now the effects. Like I just said, I just really did like the monster a lot. I thought he was cool. I thought he looked like having the big TV on his head and, you know, being gangly arms. In Dead by Daylight, there is a killer called the Singularity.
Oh, yeah.
And he is like an alien being, but he has like human technology kind of like holding him together. And he looks like this creature, which I guarantee you that's where Dead by Daylight got their influences from, this monster. I like the 3D render stuff. It looks very real. The VHS filter is what ties everything together, dude. It's awesome.
The sound design too, man.
Yeah.
Sound design is awesome. That's a 1 for me. So it gets a 4.
Well, you still gave it a 4. Why are you saying you weren't going to be kind to it?
Because I wanted to see
buttering us up to be disappointed.
Yeah. Anna already
but the
snapped
0 for a story.
There's no story in this one at all.
We can agree to disagree.
Not in this short.
We can agree to disagree.
What I want to talk about the back rooms is what I like. You know, when I started listening to scary shit, I started with SCPs.
Oh yeah, dude, same.
I love SCPs and hearing like just deep lore on these things that people have created out of nowhere. Like this broom is a level 4 SCP because it can manipulate someone's mind into thinking that there's something that they're not and just kill people.
Yeah.
There's plague doctors in SCP level 5 because if you come within X amount of radius of him, you contract whatever disease he has, but he's the only sentient one that can talk.
Right.
Or like the SCP where you let somebody into your home or family and he just kills everybody.
Yeah.
That was a crazy one too.
Or that bucket over there, you know, like just random shit. I really love. I love when people create their own stories, and that's what I really like about this series of the Backrooms. And like Anna said, there is a playlist of each individual one. There's also a 3-hour video of all of them together
in chronological order, or
I haven't gotten that. I haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay,
I'll find out for you though. But this movie or this short film is a phenomenon, right? Like like you guys are talking about. There's all that wiki and stuff, and then fucking A24 is making this movie.
Would you rather
But
it be Blumhouse?
I'd rather it be Atomic Monster.
Yeah.
I'd rather that because I
Yeah,
feel like
one
this.
James Wan in there.
I feel like James Wan's like touch on this. Oh, I mean, give this kid his due. Like, let him do
Oh
it.
yeah, for
But if
sure.
James Wan's there, if I'm sitting there and James Wan gives me advice, I'll take it. You know what I
For
mean?
sure. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, let's get another
And
Malignant. Let's go.
and then there was a game that I played called Outriders 2. And
I
did you
played
ever
that too.
there is so Anna Outriders is it's a post-apocalyptic game where your character you go through like these levels and you gain traits, but you can only gain two. You
Mm,
can be a healer, you can be a tank, you can do magic, but you can be a healer and do magic, or a healer and do uh, whatever other trait. There's
right.
Mm.
only two, but you can mix and match traits.
Hmm.
And they started putting out DLC for the game. And then they added like four new traits. Like one was a necromancer, one was I can't forget what the
I
other
forget
ones
the other
are.
ones too. It's been a while.
But one of them, you go into this your level and you fall into a hole. And that hole takes you to the back rooms.
Oh, shit.
And it's like, why does this fit in here? Like, why is this
It just
why?
works.
And it does.
Huh.
It just works.
That's cool.
It's weird as shit. And it's like just thinking about how like you're saying, this kid must be, a little overwhelmed with how successful everything is going for him right now.
Mm. I would
And
be.
but I'm really excited to see. I am gonna fucking watch this movie.
Yay. I was
Yeah.
hoping so. Yay.
And also, like the film theorists, they were
like,
deep diving on this too.
oh, yeah, true. This is a time when Doe's like, all right, fine, but I'm going to complain. The whole
I'm
time.
gonna do
I'll
it.
complain the whole fucking time about it. Yeah.
He's gonna come out with the biggest smile on his face and be like, you know what? I
This
actually
might-
love A24 now.
I was about to say, this might be the first A24 movie he likes.
He's gonna sign up
not-
for their service.
Let's
He's
not
gonna
set
get
him
a
up for
shirt.
failure. Let's not blow it up. Let's not blow it up.
Yeah. It'll be the second one if that's the case.
Who was the first?
The Green
Green Room?
Room.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Green Room is a fuck. Any movie where you punch Nazis in the mouth,
Mm.
The winner.
banger.
Yeah, Marley really liked this because apparently she had not, like, she's seen clips, but she has not watched them.
Yeah.
So she was really excited to watch this. The monster
Yeah.
scared her, especially at the end when it knocked his ass back and he fell.
Mm.
That's
But
awesome.
she wants to watch the rest now. She's really excited to see.
Let's
the
go.
movie. She's excited
After-
to see the movie. Yeah,
After Pokemon.
after
This-
Pokemon. Yeah, we're gonna go
this
see the
is
Sheep
what,
Detectives today.
This is what I think the Sydney Baker tapes really wanted to be. You know?
Hey.
See, I
Yeah.
still need to watch that.
Mm.
Anna.
Let me know. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, let us know what you think about that. You didn't tell us. What did Marley think of Catch Your Breath?
Oh, she liked it. Yeah, she liked it.
She liked
Yeah.
that one too? Cool. That's good.
Yeah, she
So I-
liked all three of them.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. So that gives us a grand total of a 4.4 for tonight's Tales.
Hell
Okay.
yeah,
Hmm.
All right.
Anna, what order would you watch these shorts in?
this order.
This order? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Dustin, what about you?
Same.
Yeah. I'm probably there too. I'd probably watch them all in this order as well.
Let's go.
Because I feel like they all could garner like a discussion afterwards
Mhm.
Sure.
of the why.
Yeah.
Because they're all kind of like based around lore, if you want to look at it that way.
Sure. Yeah.
But I think the back rooms would be the one where people would have more to say or more to theorize about, I should say. You
And
know
they
what I
can
mean?
dive into the rest of the catalog too, you know. So
Very true. Yeah. They could
Yeah.
keep going after that.
mhm.
Hell yeah. So all right. So Anna, what do you guys have cooking over at Give Me Back?
We're gearing up for month of action.
I was gonna bring that up and then make it a big old thingamajig.
Okay, I'll let
Oh.
you finish that. Let's see. Pete and I on After Hours. It's May.
Mm-hmm.
Our episode has not come out yet. This month we're covering Crash. David Cronenberg's Crash.
Oh,
R.I.P.
Have you seen it, Dustin?
I have.
You have?
I have. That's why I'm saying, oh, nice. That movie gets
Dustin,
wild. There's
Dustin,
some
do you
wild
not-
stuff in that
nuts.
movie.
Do you not know the premise of After Hours?
No, I've been listening, but I'm just saying
their rating scale is on titties.
No,
Titties.
that like the ones that you've covered. This one I feel like it's really fucking wild because I mean,
It's-
Yeah,
I was like, I'm just gonna do it. Let's fuck it.
yeah,
let's just fucking do it.
that's actually been on my mind list to put on this show for a while. So you guys
It's
have fun with that.
Crazy, man.
Mhm.
So yeah, we're excited for that. Let's see, the fellas covered on Give Me Back. The main show covered Goldeneye, first Bond
Mm,
movie on the
mhm.
show. Far too long. B action, Dustin.
On B Action, we will have, when this comes out, I think we will have celebrated our 2-year anniversary.
Yay!
Oh wow, 2 years already?
2 years.
Damn.
And what we do on our anniversary, we actually named it this year. It is called the Coliseum. We took 2 characters from each movie we've covered throughout the whole year and put them in a bracket style fight. So I mix up the brackets and we talk about who would win out of each fight. The rule of cool is there. So if we have Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat Annihilation versus 3-Step from Steel Justice, which is a car driving snake,
All right. All right.
who would win that fight and why? And we just talk about it. It's a good time. Flicks and Friends, actually, we'll have just talked about
Let's go.
Return of the Living Dead.
Let's go.
Paul almost had Milo watch it with him, but I did tell him Linnea Quigley is just about naked in that movie and
Yeah.
her whispering eyes around. And Paul said, "No, Milo, you can't see that."
Never mind, sir.
Yeah, no, thank you. And then Anna brought it up. Month of Action is coming up rapidly.
Yeah.
And we have kind of nailed down 3 out of the 4 movies we are participating in with, and it's a little hint, they're all sequels,
Yep.
which I'm down with. I am down with.
Me too, man.
But it's a big crossover event with Give Me Back My the podcast. Last year we had upwards to 16 different artists join us. Like it was between podcasts, music, and art.
Yeah.
All collaborated with this big event. And this year, we've added 3 people, 3 different shows on top of everyone who's coming back.
Mm.
So we're inching closer to 20.
Let's go.
And it's wild. It's going to be wild. And hopefully this year I don't got to talk about Deep Blue Sea 3 times.
Well, we can guarantee it ain't happening over here.
Yeah. Deep Blue Sea 2.
Nah.
Nah.
We don't need to.
Bangers. Only bangers for Month
Only
of Action.
bangers. Yeah. But it's going to be a ton of fun. And it's going to be a little bit of a change up from what we do over here because with us doing straight horror minus Eddie and the Cruisers, it's going to
Yeah,
be.
that was a big wild card, guys.
That was something, all right. They're going to be horror adjacent, which
Yeah.
I'm cool with. So
Listen, a lot of action movies are very horrific.
They
You know,
are.
it's something I like to tell my dad a lot, who's the war guy who like turns his nose up at how much I watch horror. I'm like, you will watch like World War II reenactment shit. That's horror. That's real
freaking
life
limbs
horror.
flying off and shit.
Yeah,
Dude.
like what planet are you on? So I think action can definitely be in the horror realm, especially if it's gory and shit like that.
dude, the opening of The Patriot.
Dude.
We watch people get their legs knocked off by cannonballs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yes, we
It's
do.
Shit wild.
brutal.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's a ton of fun. So
It's gonna be a
I'm-
fun summer. Fun summer.
It's gonna be good. Gonna be good.
Summer of fun.
Hot gore girl summer.
Bleh.
No? Oh, okay.
That was bet to the gore. Bleh.
Oh, Dustin, what do we gotta do to get out of here, man?
Well, I just want to say huge thank you to the previous week of us attending at Salem Horror Fest. The recap would have came out on Monday. That was such a crazy time. You guys learned all about that. in that episode. So if you have not checked that out, please go ahead and check that out and see what happened and some of the voices and people that we talked to. But other than that, it's so happy. So I'm so happy to be back doing this, sitting here talking about movies. I know it's been kind of a lull with some weeks just because of a lot of moving parts and a lot of other things happening in everybody's personal lives. But we're back, baby. We're back, and we're going to be bringing some really good movies and really good shorts as well, and TV. That's another thing that Ann and I have been doing with the occasional Sean from Movie Dumpster coming and talking about the boys. We got this. I think we plan to do bi-weekly. We're going to do it weekly now, right? So
Yeah,
every episode.
we got 2 episodes left. I think they're both going to be big ones, so I think we should. Yeah, we're going to try to get them out. Episode 7 will be out tomorrow by the time this comes out, and then 8 will be next Friday.
Yeah, I don't know where that show's going. I really don't. We had a big discussion about that, but
I just accepted your collaboration, and I seen it said big spoiler, so I immediately shut my phone off.
Good. That's why I put that at the start, because it's the clip where we talk about the spoiler.
I'm so far behind on the show. Like Holly and I watch it together, but like our work schedules this past like 2 weeks have not allowed us to watch it.
It's going to be a good binge for you guys for sure. For sure. Unless the last 2 episodes are. But so far, I will say
it's been good.
2 thumbs up.
Dustin said 3 thumbs.
Maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, you can look out for that on Fridays. Not sure what TV we're going to be hitting after that, but we'll get to there when we get there. Yeah. But if you guys want to go and support us further, you can go over to our Patreon for $2 a month.
$2, Bob.
We get all of our episodes up to a week early unless our work and personal life schedules get in the way, which does happen. But you do get things early. So I do promise that. And my Out of the Basket with Little D, I'm looking to get that back up relatively soon. I will announce that on the show when that does happen, when things calm down on my end. But other than that, if you can't support us there, that's completely fine because we're also on all audio and video. YouTube music.
You're right about the playlist thing. That's how it shows up on the app.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
I have to save each individual playlist to my library to get the notification for like new episodes.
Yeah, it's
so because
weird.
I hadn't saved the BoobTube Boutique, I wasn't getting the updates. I just thought it would come through the Barrens, and I was like, "Fuck!" So now we're
we had a thing where we were doing on YouTube Music. It wouldn't allow some episodes to go over to the YouTube Music unless you set it as a podcast.
Right?
So we had to go and do that. So for anybody that was like, why aren't these episodes showing up if you're on YouTube Music? That's why, but that is fixed now. We figured out how to do that. But that's all good. But we're also on Spotify, Apple Music, and like the plethora of other audio services out there. But just thank you guys so much for being here, supporting and listening to us ramble about things and not so great things like
titties,
cruisers. Titties. That's always a good chat too. But yeah, just thank you guys so much, and please support all their shows as well. I should start linking the shows that you guys are on in the bio as well. So I think I might start doing that this week to get you guys pushed over there a bit more. But just thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Later.